Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever found yourself wondering, how much longer will I live? And what will those years look like? Not just in terms of the number of birthdays, but the quality of your life, your energy, your independence, your memory, your strength. If you're over 60, you're not alone in asking those questions. In fact, many older adults quietly think about it but don't always say it out loud. Well, here's the good news. Researchers have actually identified certain signs, clear, visible, and measurable, that can help predict how long you might live after 60. These signs aren't based on guesswork, old wives' tales, or feel-good advice. They're backed by real scientific studies involving thousands of people your age. What's truly interesting is that many of these signs have nothing to do with your genetics or expensive treatments. They're found in the everyday moments of your life, the way you move, sleep, eat, and even connect with others. Now, before we go further, let me say something up front. This video isn't about fear. It's not here to scare you. It's here to give you awareness and hope. Because when you understand these 6 signs, you'll also know what you can do to strengthen them. Yes, even now. No matter your age, it's never too late to take small steps that can lead to big changes in how long, and how well, you live. I know many of you watching this are in your 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s. You've lived full lives, you've seen joy, pain, hard work, and love. And the truth is, you're still here. You still have time. And what you do now matters more than ever. So, here's a small favor. If you care about living longer and staying strong for yourself and your loved ones, go ahead and type, "I still have time," in the comments below. It may seem like a small thing, but trust me, it's a powerful reminder, to you and to others, that your journey isn't over. Sign 1, your walking speed. You might not think much about how fast you walk, but researchers do. In fact, walking speed is one of the most accurate predictors of how long older adults live. Yes, how quickly you walk can actually say a lot about the overall condition of your body and even your brain. Now, I'm not talking about running a marathon or power walking around the neighborhood. I mean your normal walking pace, the speed you use when you're walking from the kitchen to the living room, or down the aisle at the grocery store. That pace, believe it or not, tells doctors more than just how mobile you are. Studies, including one published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, show that people over 60 who walk at a moderate or brisk pace tend to live longer than those who walk slowly, even if they're the same age. Why? Because walking speed reflects muscle strength, balance, heart health, lung function, and even memory. When your body is working well, your walk shows it. Let me ask you, when you walk across the room, do you feel confident and steady? Or do you notice yourself moving slower than you used to, maybe needing a little help from furniture or holding onto walls? That change in pace could be your body's way of waving a little red flag. Take a moment and think about this. If you've started slowing down, it may not just be aging, it could be a sign that your muscles are weakening, your joints are stiffening, or your heart isn't pumping as strongly as before. And if you feel a little off balance sometimes, don't ignore it. That hesitation when you step off a curb or climb stairs might be your body telling you it needs attention. But here's the encouraging part, walking speed is something you can improve. It's not set in stone. With regular movement, light strength exercises, or simply walking a few extra minutes each day, you can rebuild that rhythm in your steps. You don't need fancy equipment, just a pair of comfortable shoes and a bit of daily effort. And remember, this isn't about walking faster than everyone else. It's about walking like you still own your body. Like you still have control, purpose, and strength. So, the next time you're out for a walk, even if it's just to the mailbox, pay attention to how you feel. Because how you move through the world now could be telling you how long you'll keep moving in the years to come. Sign 2, your grip strength. Have you ever noticed your hands feeling a little weaker than they used to? Maybe opening a jar is harder now. Or carrying groceries feels like a bigger task than it should. If so, you're not imagining things, and more importantly, it might be telling you something important about your overall health. You see, scientists have discovered that your grip strength, how firmly you can squeeze, hold, or carry something, is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity in older adults. And no, this isn't just about having strong hands. It's about what's happening beneath the surface. Grip strength is connected to your muscle mass, bone density, nerve function, circulation, and even your brain health. When your grip weakens, it's often a sign that your muscles are losing strength overall, and that can lead to frailty, slower recovery from illness, and even a higher risk of falling. One major study published in The Lancet followed over 140,000 people in 17 countries and found that lower grip strength was strongly linked to a higher risk of death, even more than high blood pressure. That's how important this simple ability really is. Now, I know it's easy to overlook. Maybe you've told yourself, well, of course I'm not as strong as I used to be. I'm in my 70s. And yes, some decline is natural. But when everyday tasks like twisting a bottle cap or carrying a pan start to feel like a challenge, your body may be signaling that it's time to rebuild what you've lost, or prevent losing more. Let me give you a simple way to test this at home. Grab something like a full water bottle or even a rolled-up towel. Try squeezing it as hard as you can for 5 seconds. Does it feel easy? Firm? Or does your hand start to shake or tire out quickly? That small test can give you a quick idea of where your grip strength stands. The good news? Just like walking speed, grip strength can be improved. Simple hand exercises, squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, doing light wrist curls, or just carrying slightly heavier bags, can help. Even gardening or kneading dough can count as hand strength training. Think of it this way, your hands connect you to the world, they help you cook, clean, write, hug your grandchildren, and hold on to the people and things you love. Keeping your grip strong is about more than muscles, it's about holding on to your independence and your confidence. So don't ignore it. Take a moment today and notice, are your hands still telling the world, I've got this? If not, you can start working on it. One small squeeze at a time. Sign 3, your balance and ability to stand on one leg. Let me ask you something simple, can you stand on one leg for 10 seconds without holding on to anything? It might sound like a silly little challenge. But in reality, your ability to balance is one of the strongest indicators of how well you're aging, and how long you may live. Researchers around the world have been studying this very thing, and the results are clear. Older adults who can stand on one leg without wobbling or falling tend to live longer, healthier lives than those who can't. Why is that? Because balance isn't just about strong legs or a steady foot. It's a sign that your muscles, nerves, brain, joints, and inner ear are all working together in harmony. When even one of those systems starts to weaken, balance is often the first thing to go. One major study done in Brazil tracked more than 1,700 people aged 51 to 75. They asked participants to balance on one leg for 10 seconds. Over the next 7 years, they found that people who couldn't hold their balance were twice as likely to die from any cause, even after adjusting for age, weight, and existing health conditions. That's a big deal. Because this isn't about guessing or fortune-telling. This is about real, visible signs your body gives you, and your balance is one of the loudest. Now, you might already know what I'm going to say, maybe you've noticed it yourself. Turning corners feels less steady. You grab onto chairs or countertops more often. You hesitate before stepping off a curb. You move slower on stairs. These might feel like small things, but they matter. Losing balance increases your risk of falling, and for people over 60, a fall isn't just a bruise, it can lead to broken bones, surgery, hospital stays, and even long-term loss of independence. And often, it starts with something as small as the inability to stand on one leg for a few seconds. But here's the hopeful part, just like walking speed and grip strength, balance can be trained. Your body and brain still respond to movement, no matter your age. Simple exercises like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or practicing gentle movements through yoga or Tai Chi can bring back that inner stability. You don't need to be an athlete. You just need to be willing to practice. Because balance is something you can get back, and doing so will protect not just your physical health, but your confidence in everyday life. So go ahead, when this video ends, try the 10-second one-leg test. No one's watching. Just you, your body, and the future you want to build. And if you wobble a bit, that's okay. The important thing is, don't ignore it. Because staying steady means staying strong, and staying here longer. Sign 4, your sleep patterns. How well did you sleep last night? If you're like many people over 60, the answer might be not great. Maybe you had trouble falling asleep. Maybe you woke up several times during the night. Or maybe you slept for 7 or 8 hours, but still woke up feeling tired, groggy, and drained. Here's the thing, those sleep struggles aren't just frustrating. They can also be a quiet warning sign about your long-term health. Sleep is not just about feeling rested. For older adults, it plays a critical role in healing, immune strength, memory, and even heart health. And scientists now know that consistent, high-quality sleep is directly connected to how long you'll live, especially after 60. Let me share what researchers have found. A study published in Nature Aging showed that adults over 60 who sleep poorly, meaning they either get too little sleep, too much, or have highly irregular sleep patterns, are at much higher risk for cognitive decline, heart disease, weakened immune function, and even early death. On the other hand, those who maintain a consistent routine and get around 7 hours of quality sleep each night tend to live longer, healthier lives. Let's be honest, we've all had bad nights. But if you find that your sleep problems are becoming the norm, not the exception, it might be your body's way of saying something's out of balance. Maybe your hormones are shifting. Maybe stress is building. Or maybe your sleep environment, the light, the noise, the temperature, is no longer working in your favor. And it's not just physical, either. Poor sleep can affect your mood, memory, concentration, and even your relationships. You may notice yourself feeling more irritable, more forgetful, or less motivated during the day. That's not a character flaw, that's sleep deprivation taking its toll. But here's the good news, you're not powerless. You don't need to suffer night after night. Small, consistent changes can transform your sleep over time. Start by setting a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Avoid screens an hour before bed, and instead, create a peaceful nighttime routine, read a book, listen to soft music, or do light stretching. Make your room dark and cool, and skip caffeine or heavy meals in the evening. Think of sleep as your body's repair shop. Every night, your brain sorts through memories, your cells repair damage, your heart rate lowers, and your body resets. When you sleep better, you wake up stronger, mentally and physically. And the longer you can keep doing that, the longer, and better, you're likely to live. So tonight, when you lie down to sleep, don't treat it like just another routine. Treat it like a gift to your future self. Sign 5, your social connections and daily interactions. Let me ask you something important. Who do you talk to most days? A friend? A neighbor? A family member? Maybe someone from your church, community center, or even just the friendly cashier at the store. You see, we often think that health is all about exercise, food, and medication. But as you get older, one of the most powerful predictors of longevity is actually something much quieter, and often overlooked: your relationships. In fact, researchers have found that people over 60 who stay socially connected tend to live longer, stay sharper, and feel happier than those who feel isolated. A large study published in PLOS Medicine showed that loneliness can be as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that for a moment. Just being socially disconnected can put your heart, your immune system, and even your brain at risk. Now, I know that as we age, our circles can get smaller. Maybe old friends move away, or loved ones pass on. Maybe you've retired, and your routine isn't what it used to be. That's perfectly normal. But human connection doesn't have to end, it just changes. And we need to be willing to change with it. Social interaction keeps the brain active. It gives you purpose. It lowers your stress levels and helps prevent depression and memory decline. Even a short chat each day, a shared meal, or a laugh over the phone can work wonders for your emotional and physical well-being. Ask yourself, when was the last time you called a friend just to say hello? Or joined a group activity, even something simple like a walking club, a book group, or a local class? If it's been a while, that's okay. It's never too late to reach out, reconnect, and rebuild. You don't need a big social circle. You just need a few meaningful connections, people who care, people who listen, people who remind you that you matter. Because you do. So if you're feeling lonely or a little out of touch, let this be your gentle nudge, reach out. Say hello. Accept the invitation. Send the message. Your health, your heart, and your future may all depend on it. Let me know when you're ready for the final sign, just say, next. Sign 6, your outlook on life, optimism and purpose. Let me ask you something from the heart, do you still feel excited about life? Even in small ways? Maybe it's looking forward to seeing your grandchildren, tending to your garden, walking your dog, or enjoying your morning coffee. That feeling, that sense of purpose, is more powerful than most people realize. In fact, your mindset, especially your attitude toward aging and life in general, is one of the strongest predictors of how long, and how well, you'll live. Decades of research have shown that people over 60 who carry a positive outlook and a sense of purpose tend to live significantly longer than those who feel hopeless, angry, or disconnected. One study from Yale University found that seniors with a more positive attitude toward aging lived, on average, 7.5 years longer than those with a negative view. That's even more impactful than cholesterol levels or blood pressure. Now, let's be real, life isn't always easy. You've likely been through your share of challenges. Maybe you've lost loved ones, faced illness, or struggled with the changes that come with growing older. But the truth is, your mind is still incredibly powerful. And how you talk to yourself, how you see your future, plays a huge role in your health and vitality. Having purpose doesn't mean you need to start a business or travel the world. It simply means you have something that gets you up in the morning. It might be caring for a pet, helping others, learning something new, or simply being present for your family. Purpose brings meaning, and meaning gives your body and brain a reason to keep going strong. Optimism also helps reduce stress hormones, improves immune function, protects the heart, and even sharpens memory. People who believe the best is yet to come often take better care of themselves, stay more active, and are more likely to seek help when needed. So take a moment today and ask yourself, what am I still excited about? What gives me joy? Who do I still want to be? If those questions are hard to answer right now, that's okay. But don't stop asking. Because finding new purpose, even in small ways, can help you live longer, love deeper, and wake up each day with something worth smiling about. If you'd like, I can now help you wrap this up with a short closing to end the video powerfully. Just say, wrap it up, if you want that. Conclusion, what these 6 signs really mean for you. Now that we've gone through all 6 signs, your walking speed, your grip strength, your balance, your sleep quality, your social life, and your mindset, let's take a deep breath and bring it all together. First, I want to say this clearly. These signs are not judgments. They are not predictions written in stone. They are simply invitations, gentle signals your body and mind might be sending, asking for your attention, asking for care. Think about how many years you've lived. How many seasons you've seen, how many lessons you've learned. You've gone through changes that younger people haven't even imagined yet. And that experience, that life, is valuable. You are still here. And that means you still have a future worth protecting. When we talk about longevity, it's not just about living longer. It's about living better. More days filled with meaning. More mornings where you wake up feeling good in your body. More time with the people you love. More laughter, more connection, more moments that matter. And the truth is, small signs become big clues. If your balance feels off, maybe your legs need strengthening. If your sleep has changed, maybe your nighttime routine needs adjusting. If you're feeling lonely, maybe it's time to call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. No sign should make you feel hopeless, it should make you feel empowered. Because here's something I deeply believe. It's never too late to take care of yourself. Not at 60, not at 70, not at 85. Science has shown again and again that the human body is incredibly adaptive. Muscles can still grow. The heart can still strengthen. The mind can still learn new things. And joy, that beautiful, healing force, can still be found, even in unexpected places. Now, if some of the signs we discussed today feel familiar, I want you to know, you are not alone. Millions of older adults are walking this same path. They're waking up every day with aches, with worries, with a little fear, and still choosing to move forward. And so can you. But you don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Choose one sign to focus on this week. Maybe it's trying the 10-second balance test in the kitchen. Maybe it's making a bedtime routine to improve your sleep. Or maybe it's as simple as picking up the phone and calling someone you miss. Remember, this is your life, and it's still unfolding. You get to choose how you meet it. With kindness. With curiosity. With the quiet strength that comes from a life already lived, and the hope for the days still to come. And before we finish, I want to leave you with a small reminder, something I hope you carry with you. You are not too old. You are not past your prime. You are not invisible. You are alive, and that matters. If anything in today's video spoke to you, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe you've noticed one of these signs in yourself. Maybe you've already made a change and seen results. Or maybe you just want to say hello. Either way, leave a comment below, I read every single one. Because even through a screen, we're building something together. A community of wise, resilient, powerful people who aren't giving up, they're just getting started. Take care of yourself. You're more important than you know.